going to be talking about Twitter lead generation cards and how they can help you grow your email list via the Twitter network. If you're not familiar with Twitter cards, you're basically looking at one right here. And so Twitter cards are a great way of capturing information from your followers on Twitter while not making them actually leave the Twitter ecosystem in order to do so. So for instance, here, I'm asking someone to get all of my latest blog posts in your inbox. It's a great way of getting people to sign up for my email newsletter while at the same time delivering them the content that I create on my blog seamlessly without them having to actually visit the blog each and every day. So in this case, what I've done is created a Twitter card in order to do that, where they can just click this button right here that says sign up now, and it automatically transmits their username and their email address to me into my MailChimp account and allows me to then enroll them in my email newsletter much, much easier than it did before. So in order to do these, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to either open up a Twitter ads account or sign into your existing Twitter ads account, and that's by going to ads.twitter.com. And once you do that, you're going to be taken to this section where you can go into the creative section and choose cards. Once you get into the cards area, what you're going to do is click create lead generation card. And that's going to take you here. On the left-hand side are all of your settings, and on the right-hand side is a live preview of everything that you're doing to show you exactly what your card is going to look like to the end user. So in this case, the short description, as you can see here, gives you an example of sign up for a free 30-day trial or subscribe for my latest blog post or whatever the case may be. So in this case, I'm just going to say subscribe to get my blog posts in your inbox. And as you can see, while I'm typing, it's actually giving me a character count of how many characters I have left. Much like a tweet, all of this information is character restricted, which means that you will not be able to just write a paragraph in here. The card image. In this case, I'm just going to upload something from my computer, and it's just the same picture that I use for like my Facebook cover image, my Google Plus page, all that good stuff, so that people know who it is, where it's coming from. It's got my web address on there and all that good stuff. Now here you can see some of the constraints on the image. Max image size of 1 megabyte. Minimum required width and height is 600 pixels wide by 150 pixels tall, and at least an aspect ratio of 4:1. They do that because they have different setups for mobile and web. As you can see, it needs to be different for each one, so they're just scaling it that way. It tells you here that your card image communicates the value of your business and your offer. Avoid using stock images. So use your company logo, use a photo of yourself, maybe a screenshot of your website or some sort of product that you sell, something like that. Just make sure that it communicates your message and your branding to the end user. Now the call to action right here, this could be anything. Sign up now, sign up today, click here, whatever you're comfortable writing. So in this case, I'll just put sign up now. And when I do that, I get a live preview over here. Privacy policy URL. In this case, I'm just going to use MailChimp's default privacy policy. For that, if you have your own privacy policy, you can do that as well. The card details, fallback URL, where will the user be redirected if this fails or if they are unable to see this, whether they're on a non-supported device or what have you. So in this case, I'm just going to direct them to my website, just like that. Now the destination URL. This means that they can redirect the user for you to a specified landing page after they submit the lead. This is really helpful if you are saying something like, download a free ebook by signing up for my newsletter today. You could redirect them to the download page for the ebook. Or if you just have a thank you page on your website to say, thanks for signing up or whatever the case may be, you can plug in a URL there. You can also give the user a message, like thanks for signing up or something like that. So I could just say, thanks for signing up, I appreciate it. And it goes in. That's what the user is going to see whenever they submit their information to me. The data settings. This is going to be very important, and it's going to be different based on which type of email system that you're using. I happen to be using MailChimp, so it's a little bit different for me than if you were using something like Constant Contact or one of the other mail services that you might use. So be sure to check with them. Most mail systems have some sort of setup for this, instructions for this. Just check with them on what to put in your submit URL and all that good stuff. So in this case, I'm just going to go over to MailChimp now, and I'm on my email list page, and I went to sign up forms, and I'm just going to choose right over here on the right, form integrations. And once I do that on the form integrations page, we're going to scroll down to the Twitter section, and I'm going to take the submit URL right here, copy that and go back over, and I'm going to paste that in the submit URL box. Then underneath there, it's going to ask me what method to choose. In this case, I want it to post because I want it to post information to this account. Then underneath there, what I have to do is add a custom hidden value. And the key is going to be ID for MailChimp users. And the value is going to be the list ID. And so that's going to be right here. I'll just take this and copy it. And come back over and paste it in, something like that. There we go. And then what would you like to name your card? Well, in this case, I'll just call this email newsletter card. And then at the end here, by creating this lead generation card, I agree that I have read and abide by Twitter's data use policy. Hit the check mark, and we will create the card. Once I do that, what it's going to do is it's going to send some test data to my MailChimp account. Now, for the privacy of my users on my email newsletter sign-up sheet, I am not going to jump over there and show you a list of all the people that have subscribed to my email newsletter. But I have run the test on this already, and I do know that it has posted. So as long as this information shows up, you should see a new user being added to your system with this. If you see that new user, which should be yourself, being sent there, then you're good to go. If you don't see it, hit retest card. If you still don't see it, you can hit no, and you can make changes to the card itself. If everything posted correctly, hit yes. Then Twitter comes with the rest of this information here. You can say compose a tweet with this card, edit this card, clone the card, or view the card. So if I want to view this card, I can click right here, and in this case, I'll just open it in a new tab. And when I get there, here's my card. Everything is exactly like I want it to be. Subscribe to get my blog posts in your inbox. There's my big cover image. Sign up now. Looks like this because I am on a desktop device versus a mobile device. And then it's got my information, the user's information, right here. If I were to hit sign up now, all of this information would be transmitted to MailChimp and stored inside of my email newsletter template. So there you go. How to somewhat quickly and rather easily integrate Twitter with your email marketing campaigns by using Twitter's new lead generation cards. So that about wraps up this installment of Marketing Tips. I want to thank you for watching. Again, my name is Justin Seeley, and you can always find me on Twitter at Justin Seeley with any questions or comments that you might have. Do all the time.